Okay, so in other news of Hollywood leading men news, we're going to move on to this story about Keanu Reeves. So Keanu Reeves is like making a big kind of pop culture comeback, as it were. He's in this franchise, John Wick. Have you seen any of this?
I haven't, but I feel like I've heard about it.
Okay, so basically what I like about the John Wick franchise is it starts off with Keanu Reeves as a retired assassin, of course, and he's like he's got this lovely little life that he lives in this fucking awesome house because he made a shitload of money, and then his wife dies of cancer. It's like the first scene of the movie.
Never mind.
It's like the first scene of the movie. You understand that his wife dies, and then she is in her posthumously. How do you say that? Posthumously, she sends him a dog. A little puppy in a crate arrives at his house like a couple of days after she dies, and she says like, I think this will be healthy for, with a note that says it's from her, from the great beyond, and she thinks the puppy will be, oh my god, it's so weird. She thinks the puppy will be good for him, and so he like is raising the puppy. Well, then these Russian mobsters come by and fuck with the wrong person, and they fuck with John Wick, and they kill his dog. And then the whole rest of the movie is about his dead wife's
final gift to him.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Oh hell no.
Oh hell no.
Hell hath no fury like a John Wick scorn. So then he goes out and he just fucks everything up. So I kind of love the premise of this. It's just kind of
that's cute.
It's kind of adorable. Anyway. So there's 3 installments of this franchise. Now, I don't know what the second and third one, what the impetus is, or if the avenging the dead wife's dogs goes on and on, but the first one's pretty amusing. I mean, as far as like being an action flick or whatever. So anyways, he's back in the public eye, and he has mastered the art of hugging people or taking photos with people without touching them. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we have a video here. Here he is taking a photo with these 2 camo babes or whatever. I don't know where they're at or what's going on.
I think they represent the National Rifle Association.
They might, and maybe and Lululemon or something. And they've got, you can see they're like right in his armpit, but his hands are like very clearly not touching them at all.
I see it now.
Yeah. So he's like, don't me to me. I don't want anyone saying that I did anything wrong. Like I'm just like a prop in this picture. So he's been. I saw this story on CNN, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere right now, and he's being hailed as a quote a respectful king.
Oh, good Lord.
And I just think it's funny. I love that he's having a moment, and I love that he is. And if you Google this actually on the internet, you can find hundreds of pictures of him standing next to women without touching them, which is just like, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's funny. I don't know. I found it
He doesn't
amusing.
want to get Joe Biden.
No, he does not.
Sorry, Anna. No offense.
Well, yeah. I mean, in the article I was reading was saying like he's having a new moment again.
He doesn't want to get Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He's having a moment in the sun again, and he does not want to take any risks with anyone saying anything about him. So
right.
There it is. There it is. It's kind of an interesting commentary on where we're at with it's kind of an interesting commentary.
So I was in a situation not too long ago at work where I was kind of being Joe Biden, where a male coworker in a position of power was touching me, not sexually, but just touching me.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was actually hard for me to say something.
Yeah. I can believe it.
And after it all happened, I'm like, I don't think he meant any harm.
Right.
He was just too comfortable with me.
Yeah.
I, of course, didn't want him touching me.
Right.
But I didn't say anything.
I had the same experience actually when I was in the job that I just left, where somebody touched me on the back or the shoulder or something. And I was like, oh, that's very casual.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. It was obviously just a case of somebody thinking like we were better friends. I'm very casual. I'm like this when I work anywhere.
This dude knows we're not friends. I mean, it was very clear it was a working situation, but I just think he's like casual, like with Joe Biden. I don't know Joe Biden, but I don't think he's a pervert. Like, I don't think he was being perverted.
No.
I don't think he was trying to feel these women up.
No, probably just careless.
I do. I think he's just like very touchy-feely and he likes to hug. And a long time ago, I worked with a pharmacist when I was a technician who was that way, who would come up and like give me shoulder rubs. And he was like known for his shoulder rubs, and everybody loved his shoulder rubs. So of course I'm going to love his shoulder rub.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because once he was rubbing my shoulders and then he stepped aside and he tripped over a trash can and fell. And he never rubbed my shoulders again. But that was a long time ago and I was very young and it did really freak me out. And this was a little bit different, but I was just like really surprised that I didn't say, oh, hey, like you don't have to touch like that.
Or please don't.
Yeah.
Or no thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
felt
really
I had
surprised.
the same experience where I didn't know, like in the moment, I was a little frozen. Like, am I supposed to say something right now? What's going to happen if I do? How embarrassed is this guy going to get? Do I care? Like, I had too many thoughts really going to say anything. And then it ended up, it wasn't like, malicious.
Right.
It's just careless is
Yeah.
all. So anyway.
I just don't want him to keep doing it. That's all.
Well, it's not happening to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, Keanu, come on our show. Just don't touch us. We can do a standing next to you shot. I would be down for that.
There's
That'd be great.
so many people who want Keanu to touch them.
That's true. But we'll say we don't. Maybe that will.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No, I'd be fine if he didn't touch me, but it'd be fun to talk to him.
It would be. Actually, I think is one of the most fascinating. I mean, I think a lot of people think that. I'm not unique.
Did you ever have a crush on Keanu?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
From the Bill and Ted days, I was not.
Point Break.
Oh.
Point Break.
Yeah. I didn't see Point Break till a long time after it came out. And I never saw all the Matrix. I was never into the Matrix, so I didn't see those, although I know he was like around. But I mean, there is something to his reclusiveness that I think people find like fascinating. What is it?
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't become the next Nick Cage.
Oh, I don't think
I
he
think
will.
he's walking a fine line.
Oh, you do?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see.
We'll see.
We can have opposite thoughts on like we could put a bet on that in 10 years.
I trust you. I trust you on this.
He seems like very level-headed, so I don't know why, but that's what I think of him.
I'm gonna defer to you on this. I like it.